On a bright sunny day, John decided to embark on his dream journey to Bali. With a backpack slung over his shoulders and a plane ticket in hand, he set off full of enthusiasm. However, before he could step onto the plane, he realized his passport was missing. After searching every corner of the airport and nearly giving up, he found his passport wedged in a vending machine while trying to buy some chewing gum. Relieved, he hurried to the departure gate. Upon arriving in Bali, John headed straight for the hotel he had booked. But instead of the luxurious room he imagined, he found himself in a roofless bamboo hut facing directly onto a chicken coop. It turned out he had misread the hotel reviews and thought authentic experience meant 5-star facilities. The next day, John decided to explore the island on a rented motorbike. Unfortunately, he didn't realize his GPS had been set to extreme adventure mode. Instead of heading to beautiful beaches, he ended up lost in the middle of the jungle, surrounded by monkeys seemingly fascinated with his GoPro camera. In an effort to return to civilization, John followed directions from a local resident which led him only to a durian festival. John, who couldn't stand the smell of durian, had to run breathlessly, holding his breath to escape the assault of the spiky fruit. The following day, John wanted to try surfing. But instead of conquering the waves, he ended up conquering the heart of a surf instructor who misunderstood and thought John was proposing. The situation became even more chaotic when the instructor invited the entire village to a wedding that was never planned. After the unexpected wedding incident, John decided to calm himself with some beachside yoga. However, as he attempted the tree pose, a low-flying cockatoo landed on his head, mistaking John's tousled hair for a nest. The surrounding yogis couldn't contain their laughter, and John could only smile as he tried to free his new guest. Later that day, John wanted to try the local cuisine. He bravely sampled Sate Lillet, but didn't realize the vendor had given him the super spicy version. After the first bite, John felt as though his mouth was on fire, and he ran to the beach to dunk his head in the sea to soothe the spiciness. John also tried his luck at sea fishing. Unfortunately, he didn't just reel in fish, but also a giant squid that shocked everyone on the boat. The squid, which seemed to have fallen in love with John's flotation hat, refused to be released back into the sea and caused chaos on the deck. When John tried to learn Balinese dance, he was too enthusiastic and accidentally kicked one of the traditionally dressed dancers. The dancer, who turned out to be a local boxing champion, challenged John to a traditional boxing match that ended with John tumbling into a lotus pond. On another day, John decided to go mountain trekking. However, he mistook the trail and ended up at a village wedding ceremony. With his dirty and smelly hiking attire, John was mistaken for a ghost by the guests and chased out of the village with torches and screams. John also tried his luck with a cooking class. But when he attempted to replicate the recipe for ayam batutu, he instead created an explosion chicken that detonated in the kitchen, causing panic and knocking the head chef unconscious. At the end of the week, John wanted to relax with a traditional spa. However, he was unaware that the reflexology massage he chose was code for super strong massage. His therapist, a former sumo wrestler, delivered such a powerful massage that John felt as though he had participated in a wrestling match rather than receiving relaxation. On Monday, John decided to try parasailing. Unfortunately, he didn't realize that his parasail was tied to a passing ice cream truck. Before he knew what was happening, John was soaring above the beach chasing the ice cream truck, leaving the beachgoers in astonishment. On the same day, John tried his luck with snorkeling. But instead of beautiful tropical fish, he found the lost dentures of a tourist in the sea. Embracing the finder's keeper's spirit, John decided to wear them, making him look like a very unconvincing pirate. John also tried his hand at batik class. In a burst of creativity, he created a very unique design that turned out to resemble a treasure map. When he displayed it at the local market, a group of enthusiastic tourists mistook John for an adventure guide and followed him into the forest in search of non-existent treasure. On Wednesday, John wanted to experience the thrill of flying with a water jetpack. However, due to his inability to control the jetpack, he ended up flying across the beach and landing at an ongoing wedding party, right on top of the wedding cake. Then, John tried his luck with a scuba diving course. Unfortunately, he mistook a sea eel for an oxygen hose and nearly caused his diving instructor to faint from fright. On Thursday, John decided to join a kikak dance class. In his enthusiasm, he got too carried away and accidentally ignited the bonfire with his wild dance moves, leading the audience to believe it was part of the show. On the same day, John tried his luck at climbing a coconut tree. However, when he almost reached the top, he realized he was afraid of heights and had to be rescued by a local rescue team that happened to be passing by. On Friday, John wanted to try rafting. But instead of navigating the river, his raft got stuck in a tree after being thrown by a strong current. At the weekend, John decided to relax by playing golf. However, he didn't realize that the golf course was home to a group of mischievous monkeys who liked to steal golf balls. Every time John hit the ball, the monkeys would run and take it, making John chase them all day long. The following Monday, John decided to take another batik class, this time determined not to create a treasure map. Instead, he ended up creating a design that resembled the president's face. His design went viral on social media, and people started coming from all corners to see the artist who accidentally made a political work. On Tuesday, John tried his luck with buffalo racing. He thought it would be like horse racing, but he didn't expect that the buffalo he was riding was more interested in eating grass than running. John could only chuckle as the buffalo slowly chewed, while the other participants sped away. On Wednesday, John wanted to try mud therapy. However, he didn't realize that the mud pool he entered was the favorite bathing spot for local wild boars. John was shocked when a group of wild boars joined him, and he had to share the spa with them. On Thursday, John decided to visit a famous temple. However, he mistook the Galungan holiday for a costume festival and arrived dressed as a superhero. The priests and temple visitors couldn't hold back their laughter seeing Super John praying earnestly. On Friday, John gave the cooking class another shot. This time, he managed to perfectly prepare ayam betutu, but he forgot to turn off the gas stove. As a result, he had to evacuate along with the entire cooking class due to the fire alarm. Over the weekend, John decided to capture the sunrise from the mountain peak. However, he was so engrossed with his camera that he didn't realize he was standing on a red ant nest. John had to run down the mountain, dancing, and hopping due to the stinging ant bites. After 2 weeks filled with unexpected events, John finally prepared to head home. He packed all his funny and absurd memories into the same backpack he brought. At the airport, while waiting for his flight, John reflected on all his adventures and chuckled to himself. Before boarding the plane, John shared some humorous and absurd words of wisdom with a newly arrived tourist. "Remember, my friend, traveling is like a durian. It may sometimes smell odd, but it's always full of unforgettable flavors. And if you get lost, don't worry, because that's just an alternative route to a greater adventure." With a broad smile, John boarded the plane, ready to return home and recount all his unforgettable tales.